Why do boundaries make us feel guilty and what to do about it? First of all, boundaries are a really important aspect of our own journey and learning to be able to nurture ourselves in order to be able to nurture other people. When we don't have boundaries, this gets tricky and difficult because basically we don't take care of ourselves and we're not able to take care of other people in our lives too, or grow ourselves and our business and grow financially, mentally, emotionally in our lives. Boundaries are a crucial thing, and being able, getting to the point where you know what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do, and where your boundaries are, is basically an amazing place to be, because there's a lot of openness coming through that space. That's why there's a lot of talk about boundaries in spirituality and the healing world today. They are very, very important, and they help us grow our self-esteem, grow healthier relationships, become healthier physically, because we tend to nurture ourselves in a better way, a more grounded way. So what happens when we try to set boundaries when we don't have any is that we usually feel guilty. And that's a little bit of the process we need to go through in order to be able to ground those boundaries and make them work for ourselves and make them steady and sustainable. But if we do feel very guilty around them, that's because we probably created boundaries through our brains and through what we think we should be doing, what we think we should be behaving like, what we think we need to be doing or not doing in our lives. And why is that bad and tricky? It's not bad, but it's tricky because it will, when we create boundaries through our brains and they are not aligned to us and they are not aligned to our inside, they will be creating more and more sense of guilt. They will be creating for you the idea that you are a mean person more and more, or you will be creating boundaries that don't actually work, and they feel like a punishment to your loved ones and the people around you. Just creating a boundary through your brain and what you think your life should look like and your boundaries should look like might not be aligned with what actually works for you right now. So the remedy to that is to bring more self-esteem within you, more self-respect. Work on that self-love and that self-respect and releasing of the accumulated guilt that you have accumulated throughout your life. If you have a problem with boundaries, there is definitely a guilt issue. So working on that guilt, being able to forgive yourself, being able to let go of the grudge you're holding on to yourself and bring more self-love within you and more self-respect, will give you the energy, the inspiration, the understanding, and the awareness of what a boundary looks like, and it will be natural for you to set those boundaries. They will come naturally without having you to force them and without feeling guilt through them. They will come because that's how things are inside, so they come out on the outside. So they will sift even your mental perspective around boundaries and around you feeling like a mean person for doing them. So work on your self-love aspect. Create some acknowledgement for yourself. Let go of having to carry all that guilt around wrong past doings and mistakes you've done in the past. And when you start working on that, it will be easier for you to create those boundaries, and it will be easier for you to not even have to push them, but they will come naturally and they will come easily. They will feel peaceful, and you will feel more and more more self-esteem, more self-centered in yourself, in your being, in your core being, and who you are. The more you exercise them, and the more you work on your self-love. So this is the way to go about it. Try not to push boundaries only through your thinking, because they will feel tough, mean, create more guilt, and they might feel like a punishment towards your loved ones, but they also might feel them like a punishment. Work on your self-love, acknowledging yourself, releasing the guilt, and those boundaries will come up on their own, and they will be a lot more natural for you to set them and work on them. Have a good day.